good, y'all? Listen, look, I'm mad I even gotta say this.
Why are we acting like this is not
Don't get your fucking pro-black.
There's nothing wrong with hate. You've got to hate some things with a passion. And destruction, they must dislike and hate with a passion.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl ZZ back with another video. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, turn on my notifications bell, get us join a thumbs up, share this mug, all that. Okay. So right now we are still in this political circus. Okay, it's a lot going on. These Dems is going crazy with the propaganda, and I gotta keep my foot on their necks. All right.
You know, it's also interesting too because I follow you, and I saw not just this fight, but what you've been saying about the migrants.
Yeah, the migrants. They spent I know Dr. Umar was here, and he was saying that they spent over 400 million. No, they spent 2.2 billion, and I have it. Like, I got all of it.
And I was saying all of this back in January because of activists like Zoe, but also because of who we talk to here in New York, what we see in New York going on. And when I'm bringing up these issues, people say it was MAGA messaging. It's not MAGA messaging.
No,
it's black people in the streets.
No, we are at a.
Yeah, and that's what they like to do. A lot of people that automatically assume I jump ship and I'm pro-Trump. It's like, no, baby, it's not just because you're exposing the Dems. I know a lot of black people, especially the elders, are used to staying on the Democratic plantation. Just because we're exposing them for who they are, does not mean we jump a shrimp and going straight over to the other plantation. That's not logical. So that's not equivalent to each other. All right, nobody, just because you expose a Kamala does not mean that you're pro-Trump. Although that may be true for some people, that's damn sure not the case for me. Okay,
like honestly, like all jokes aside, we are at a race of emergency when it comes to Black America. Whatever you call yourself, we give our vote, and I'm not saying vote for whoever you want to vote, but we continue to vote blue, and we do not get anything. We just watched George Floyd, right, get killed in front of us. We just watched Sonia Massey, that's in Illinois, just get killed in front of us. And we still do not have a hate crime bill. So how many times do we have to get killed to get some type of legislation? But we continue to vote blue. And if we don't vote, it's turned to a cult.
And mind you, this is under Kamala and President Joe Biden's term. There's still very much the VP and the president right now. People are acting like we're in this, kind of floating stage where nothing, like we don't have a president or a VP. Like, people are listening to Kamala about all these promises she wants to make for the next 4 years. But baby, you're not doing anything right now. You're in a position of power right now to do something, to at least push for something. And she's not. She has no talk. She has had no talk within the last 4 years of a hate crime bill, and she's had ample opportunity to do so. Same thing with Joe Biden, but yet you want us to sit here and get our hopes up for the next 4 years. And the next 4 years, Kamala, where she's going to be so much better than Trump. And it's like, baby, what, how? Within the last 4 years, she's done nothing that she could have done for us.
I'm 38 years old, right? And I have common sense. And I think this is the election of common sense. Okay. We just watch, I'm watching I'm going to these meetings, right? Finance meeting is very important. The budget meeting is very important. Housing and real estate is very important in your local states. You're watching all this money being passed for housing, for resources. They're using our statistics. Like, we're the highest in everything. We even get hit by bicycles. Like, how the fuck? Bicycles?
Bicycles. I'm not even surprised by that, though, just being real, because at the end of the day, we are at the bottom of the totem pole. Black people, Black Americans more specifically, they try to prioritize, and they have prioritized everybody above us. And on top of that, at the end of the day, there is only one source of racism, and that's anti-Black racism. So, of course, we're going to get the brunt of all issues.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're for everything, right? So you get this money, and then none of it goes to our community. Where's the money at? Where's the audits? Where's IRS criminal division? Like, there was in 1984 in Chicago, there was something called Operation Greylord. Operation Greylord is when they went and they picked up judges, they picked up police officers, lawyers, all that for all the corruption, right? And it needs to be another Operation Greylord, but this time with the city. But the IRS was involved. The feds were involved, because IRS criminal division needs to be involved, because there's too many people sleeping on the street. migrants as well, for you to have $2.2 billion. You're spending $700,000 a month. I mean, $700,000 a day on shelters.
A day. They're spending almost $1 million a day for illegals to sleep. And it's crazy. I was just talking about how that the mayor in New York, how he was running into a problem because they was running out of money. Or I think they had ran out of money for the housing, and I think it was like food, if I'm not mistaken, they was given to the illegals out there. But that's because it's a temporary solution for a permanent problem, baby. That's a Band-Aid. Why are you providing housing for people who are not even legally supposed to be here? And we have Black American shit. We got white Americans, Hispanic Americans, whatever the hell. We have actual Americans here who actually need the help, who could use that funding, who could use that housing. Like she said, it's common sense.
Where is this money at? You're dumping these undocumented immigrants in our communities that are already under-resourced. You're pushing us out. There's been mass illegal evictions, right? And they're not even putting that online. They're not even putting that on the news because they get more money with the illegals. All this money, $2.2 billion, $700,000 a day on migrant shelters, but we're supposed to continue to vote the way that we vote. No, what are you going to give us? We need legislation. We need a hate crime bill today. People keep talking about, oh, Trump wants to give immunity to police. Police already have immunity.
Thank you. The police already have immunity. Negroes, please. I don't know why y'all got these white people up here, or these non-blacks, or even these tethers up here trying to scare us like, oh, Project 2025, they're gonna give police immunity. The only reason these other people, these other groups are scared is because they don't realize the reality that Black Americans have been living in for the last 400 years. We've always dealt with white supremacists having immunity, race soldiers, police officers. We've always dealt with them not having immunity. This is not a new reality for us. It would just scare those of y'all who aren't used to it, maybe the immigrants, the illegals, or the tethers that come over here and play like they us, but then when shit like this happen, it kind of gets exposed because you Negroes run scared. When we've been here for over 400 years, baby, more than 400 years, much past that. We was here before any white man got to this land. However, we've been dealing with this American government for centuries now, baby. We know how these people operate, and that would not scare a real foundational Black American like myself, because baby, we already know what it is and what it's been.
I have a Black agenda. And my thing is it's supposed to be 12% of America is Black, right? We need 12% of jobs. We need 12% of contracts. If neither one of these parties can give us 12%, what are we voting for? Because people say, oh, our ancestors died for this. Our ancestors looking at us like, bitch, what are y'all doing? I know for sure Dick Gregory is not like, yeah, just continue to vote because you just want to vote. Yeah, just continue to. No. Like, what the fuck is you going to give us? We are the bank of
Exactly. And this is what I'm saying. Even the black Americans that I've seen say that they're jumping ship and they're actually voting for Trump, who are exposing the Dems, even if they wasn't Democratic before. Maybe they didn't even vote before. Maybe they wasn't really in the political realm before. But now they're like, hey, you know what? I'm about to vote for Trump. The people that I've talked to that said that, even the ones online, there's at least a base of logic and reason behind it. They see some sort of tangibles that they can get from voting for Trump. They see some sort of benefit that they get from voting for Trump. It's not based in emotionality. It's not based in fear. It's not based in, oh, well, she's an AKA. She's a Black woman, even though we know she's not. It's not based in emotionality. And although I may not agree with everything that they say, I may not be in alignment with it, at least I can sit up here and say, well, at least you're doing something for self and for your community. At least you feel like you're doing this for the benefit of your family, yourself, and again, our community. At the very least, not because they Black, because our ancestors, because like there's shit. We should not be basing our vote off emotionality, period. No tangibles, no vote.
America. We are the culture of America. We are America. Mm-hmm. The Democratic agenda is the LGBTQ agenda, and I'm part of it. But that's a white agenda. It's a
Wait a minute. We got a Black person that's a part of LGBT, and she's even admitting, come on, it's LGBT. This ain't got nothing to do with Black people. I've been saying that for I don't know how long, baby. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That got everything to do with them. When them white people, especially the Dems, when they go out and talk about LGBT, they're talking about the white. They take up the majority of space within that community anyways. But even if they didn't, that's who they're prioritizing. Let's just be real.
Abortions as well, and immigration. The Republicans is these extreme, crazy Christian reviews when it comes to women's rights. And my thing is, women's rights should be off the table. There's no way in the world that they should be arguing back and forth. And that's our fault. And we continue to allow little things like how we let Bruce Jenner, what's his name, Caitlyn Jenner, be Woman of the Year. What the fuck was wrong with us?
That wasn't us, though. I'm going to say that. That wasn't us. That wasn't us. Now. We pushed back on that. I remember pushing back. I think a lot of Black Americans, specifically foundational Black Americans, most of us had an issue with that. It's just that we don't, that wasn't our, I think she won Woman of the Year. I think it was on ESPN. We don't own that. We don't control that. We don't, you know what I'm saying? That's not even, so that we didn't really have nothing to do with that. That was some white people shit, too, to be real.
Pretty soon, the Democratic Party, men ain't gonna have no voice. Y'all can't say shit. If y'all say anything, here come a rape charge. Here come a hoe, like groupies been out here. Hoes been out here, and they're going to continue side bitches for life. They're never going nowhere.
And you wonder why there are so many Black, foundational Black American men that are jumping ship and going to the right. There's a lot of Black men who are being vocal about, hey, look, I'm about to just vote for Trump. I'm that. And you got a lot of these Black women trying to demonize them. A lot of the Black women on the left trying to demonize them. They got even a lot of these Negroes out here. You had Ricky Smiley, Steve Harvey. I mean, come on. They got a lot of these Negroes out here on the left trying to demonize other Black men, you know, for jumping ship and going to the right. But it's like, again, they're going off of logic and reason. This is just like she said, this is common sense. Which one do you think where we would benefit more from? At the end of the day, that's just how a lot of them are thinking. And I don't blame you. You feel me? Because no time there was no vote. I absolutely am in agreement with that.
Black vote ain't for sale. We bartering on business. Kamala Harris and the Democratic plantation.
I like that. We bartering for business. I like that.
Is paying you celebrities, paying you to shame Black people into voting. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of that vote. Y'all know we not going to get nothing out of the vote, but they being paid. Y'all being bought. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. I don't want your money, but we can definitely do the interview. They offer me $10K for an interview with Kamala Harris. Yes, we can do the interview. Keep your damn money. King Kong consciousness ain't for sale. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. I'm one of the real ones. Silverback Garvey Gorilla. Don't come to me with no propositions for money. I don't live for no money. I'm not one of these goofy ass rappers whose whole life is nothing but what you can buy and own. I'm not no Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey. You don't drop no check off and say, get the Negroes to the plantation on November the 4th. Ricky Smiley, I love you. But crying on the radio for Kamala Harris, my brother, that's an all-time low. Don't.
Absolutely an all-time low. And you know what? I respect him. I respect him for denying the money. I've seen a lot of people in the comments like, oh, he could have used that $10,000 for the school. Oh, what you mean? He could have took the money and still did the interview. What you mean you're going to do the interview for free? It's because of integrity. That's what it comes down to. It comes down to integrity. It comes down to being on code, baby. With that $10,000 probably came an NDA. With that $10,000 probably came with some sort of contractual agreements, like you can't speak on this, you can't say this, you can't critique this, you can't ask about this. No. If you want to sit down and have a conversation with me, then sit down and have a conversation with me. We don't need no guidelines. If you coming to me, that means you know what I'm about. You know what I stand for, which means you should already be prepared to some extent of what I'm going to say to you. You probably already heard some of his rhetoric, to be honest. So it's like, honestly, I love the fact that one, that he stood on business and denied the money, but said, hey, I still have a conversation with you. But two, came up here and told people like, yeah, they're out here paying people because this has already been exposed. I'm gonna play a quick video after this just to show they're even going down to the grassroots. This Dr. Umar, of course, is connected to the grassroots, but he has a big following. He has a lot of influence. So of course they're going to go after a brother like him. But they're even going after some of the smaller influencers, black, white, Asian, whoever the hell, just to pull in more support. It kind of shows the amount of desperation that the left it has, and how much support that they're lacking, because they're trying this hard to get people to show their support for Kamala. I also love the fact that he exposed these. I mean, he said he still loved the brother Ricky Smiley, and you know what I'm saying. Of course, Dr. Umar usually always try to keep it respectful. I love that about the brother. Okay, he always try to lead with love. We love to see it. However, he is completely right. That was an all-time low, baby. You don't get up on the internet and first of all, crying over a non-black woman in general. Okay, I mean, just saying, crying over the Democratic Party in general is a bad look. But you getting up here and really trying to fight for your life to convince black people, moreover black men, that they should be voting for a woman who don't give a damn about them, who has locked many of them up. Come on, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, it's tap dancing, it's cooning, it's egregious, to say the least.
Do that again, Ricky Smiley. Don't you get on your radio show and cry for Kamala. Don't you do that, my brother. If you want to cry for Kamala Harris,
Kamala is hilarious. I gotta use that. Kamala is hilarious.
If you want to cry for Kamala Harris, you do that in the privacy of your house. But if we're going to be honest, Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley, and I love you both, no hate to my big brothers, but if we're going to be honest, Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey, y'all only carried on because y'all got paid to carry on. Can we please be honest? Black.
And you know what? Steve Harvey has already kind of been exposed. I mean, Cat Williams exposed him in the beginning of the year. Matter of fact, I think somebody tweet that. Like, Cat Williams exposed Ricky Smiley and Steve Harvey at the beginning of the year. That was just coming to light even further. But absolutely. And with that, that's what I'm saying. I respect the fact that he didn't take the money, because it shows the amount of trust that he is trying to upkeep with the people. It shows that amount of transparency he's trying to upkeep with the people as well. You know, because had he took this money and he did an interview and he kind of beat around the bush for certain things. He didn't push back on certain things, kind of like how Uncle Luke did with that. Uncle Luke did an interview with Kamala a few years ago. BS, outrage, egregious, everything between. The whole interview was, I don't even know why he did it, to be honest. You can tell he was probably paid to do that. All right. He's still kind of being advocating for her to this day, to be honest. And probably still being paid to do so, to be real. But even within that, it shows it's the distrust that builds between the grassroots and people of his stature, because it's like, damn, how you just gonna let them, you didn't expose this, you didn't talk about this, you didn't say this and that, and now you get in front of the person you've been exposing, you know, or at least one of the people that's a part of the party you've been exposing, and you don't get straight to the point. You don't, you know what I'm saying, stand on business. You don't bottle on business, should I say, like you said. Like, you don't, it's not respectful, okay? It lowers the image that we have of you. You know, it brings you down a notch. And I respect the fact that he's trying to uphold that image. He's trying to uphold that connection he has and that realness he has, that he knows that people respect about him, by not selling out. I love it. Shout out to the brother. Just to show a little more proof, because a lot of people was even skeptical about the fact that Senet was saying that he was reached out to from some. He didn't specify the team, but everybody speculated it was from Kamala's team. It probably was, just saying, allegedly, but it probably was about them trying to get her on his stream because Trump was on Aiden Ross's stream. Here's a smaller influencer talking about how she was contacted about speaking up or advocating for Kamala Harris. Oh, Kamala Harris.
My entire For You page right now is presidential stuff and the campaigns being AI and what to believe and what not to believe. Just the other day, I received an email for a paid promotion, paid, for me to make a video and post it on TikTok talking about the Democratic side. At the end of this email, it says, if you want to get things going, we'll send over an NDA for you to sign and we'll get started. I know a lot of people get their views and their opinions and their beliefs based off of what their favorite influencers are saying. Just know, they might have been paid to say the things they're saying.
And best believe they cutting a check. I've seen a video of there was a young girl, black girl actually, and she was talking to a news. It was a news. I don't know what company it was, but there was a news channel doing an article or doing a story about this young sister. And she was talking about how people with, and I don't know what her range of followers, what her followers were, the amount of followers she had, but she was saying like, yeah, you know, influencers of my stature with my amount of followers, we could gain up from anywhere from 3,000 all the way up to 10,000 or more. From 3,000 to 10,000 or more for a post about the Democratic agenda. And she literally showed them like an outline that she had of like talking points that they gave her. And she would basically just use them and put her own spin on it. And so that just goes to show, baby, you can't trust some of these influencers out here. You cannot, because some of them are being paid, whether that's for the right or the left. Some of them are being paid just to push propaganda for either party or for either candidate. You have to be careful, especially those who haven't been, honestly, who don't make content within the political realm anyways, because a lot of times they will use those type of creators, they will use political commentators, but sometimes they'll just use regular ass social commentators. They'll just use regular fucking influencers who make goofy videos. They might make vlogs. They might make whatever the hell, and have these people push these agendas and push their agendas in some way, shape, or form, because they know that, I mean, hey, their audience may not be political, but hey, you know, they're feminist, so that aligns with these agendas on the left. Or they're kind of conservative, you know, they're pro-gun, and they might align with some of these agendas on the right. And so you have to be careful, but especially with that left, because they are obviously just so blatantly behind. They are so obviously losing the popular vote right now. I mean, like the sister said in the beginning, baby, it's a common sense election right now. And a lot of people are seeing this for what the hell it is. All I'm saying is be careful. All these people can't be trusted. A lot of these influencers can't be trusted. But y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. Okay. Do you think Dr. Umar should have took that 10,000 for that conversation? What do you think of the sister comments on the Breakfast Club? Please let me know what your comments are below. Other than that, baby, that's all I got. All right, y'all. Peace.
We do not play by our creed. You fuck with the team, might find your West in the creek. We crossing our T's. We don't never miss a beat.